The engine didn't fail all at once. It whispered first. A tiny vibration. A warning light. A sound so faint, only she noticed it. 19 years old. The youngest pilot on the entire base. Flying alone at 27,000 feet over hostile waters. Then, silence. Her jet lost power. No thrust. No backup. No second chances. And for the next 7 minutes, an entire military base stopped breathing. Because they all heard the same thing over the radio. Her call sign. Breaking apart in static. Date, October 14, 2019. Location, South China Sea. Aircraft, FA-18C Hornet. Call sign, Viper 12. Mission type, solo combat readiness exercise. Pilot, Second Lieutenant Emily Carter. Age, 19. Weather, clear skies. Winds at 14 knots. Visibility, 20 miles. Sea state moderate. Launch base, USS Theodore Roosevelt. At 800 hours, the carrier deck was alive. Jet fuel burned into the morning air. Crew chiefs moved fast. Pilots ran checks. Everything looked routine. Emily Carter had graduated top of her class. Young, sharp, fearless. But today was her first solo live-water tactical drill. No one expected history to remember this flight. And no one expected it to almost become a funeral asterisk narration. Asterisk. Emily climbed the ladder into the cockpit. Hands steady. Heart racing. Below her, deck crews watched. Some admired her. Some doubted her. At 19, she was younger than many mechanics working beneath her. Her father had been a fighter pilot. Killed in service. She carried his wings inside her helmet. Today wasn't just another mission. It was personal. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Viper 12 ready for startup. Deck crew. Copy Viper 12, systems green. ATC dialogue, asterisk. Carrier tower. Viper 12, wind stable, cleared for launch. Technical explanation, asterisk. The FA-18 Hornet relies on twin General Electric engines for thrust. Losing one engine is survivable. Losing both. Almost impossible. Suspense ending, asterisk. But in 7 minutes, one of those engines would begin dying asterisk narration, asterisk. The catapult locked. Steam hissed. Emily saluted. 3 seconds later, the Hornet exploded forward. 0 to 180 knots. The ocean vanished beneath her. She climbed hard. Perfect ascent. Perfect control. The base relaxed. Everything was normal. For now. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Positive climb, gear up. Wing control. Looking good, Viper. ATC dialogue, asterisk. Carrier control. Proceed to waypoint Alpha. Passenger reactions, asterisk. None. She was alone. And that made it worse. No one beside her. No one to help. Technical explanation, asterisk. Carrier launches place massive stress on aircraft engines. Small unnoticed faults can become deadly under pressure. Suspense ending, asterisk. And something inside engine 2 had already cracked. Narration, asterisk. At 12,000 feet. Emily felt it. A tremor. Tiny. Barely noticeable. She checked instruments. Everything looked normal. RPM stable. Fuel flow normal. Oil pressure green. But her instincts screamed. Something felt wrong. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Control, Viper 12. Minor vibration on right engine. Control. Copy, monitor. Emily. Roger. Technical explanation, asterisk. Compressor blade damage can create imbalance before any warning system detects it. Pilots often feel it first. Suspense ending, asterisk. 30 seconds later, the warning light appeared. Narration, asterisk. Beep, beep, beep. Right engine fire warning. Emily's chest tightened. Her breathing changed. Training took over. Not fear. Procedure. She pulled the checklist. Engine fire. Throttle idle. Fuel cutoff. Fire bottle armed. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Viper 12 declaring emergency. Engine fire. ATC dialogue, asterisk. Carrier control. Viper 12, confirm right engine fire. Emily. Confirmed, executing shutdown. Technical explanation, asterisk. Fire suppression systems flood the engine compartment with extinguishing chemicals. But if structural damage exists, it may not be enough. Suspense ending, asterisk. Then the left engine surged. Narration, asterisk. The second engine coughed. Then roared. Then died. Silence. Total silence. No thrust. No power. Only wind. Emily was now gliding. A 19-year-old in a dead fighter jet over open water. Back on the carrier. Every voice stopped. No one moved. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Mayday, mayday, total power loss. ATC dialogue, asterisk. Carrier control. Viper 12 say altitude. Emily. 24,000, descending fast. Technical explanation, asterisk. A dual-engine flameout is catastrophic. Without airflow and restart speed, engines become useless. The aircraft becomes a falling brick. Suspense ending, asterisk. And she was too far from the carrier. Narration, asterisk. Emily scanned fast. Distance to carrier, 94 miles. Impossible. Altitude dropping. Hydraulic pressure fatting. Battery reserve, 6 minutes. She had one option. Restart. Or eject. But ejecting into enemy waters meant capture. Or worse. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Attempting air restart. Carrier control. Copy Viper, you have rescue birds launching. Emily. Negative, I'm not leaving this jet. Silence. That sentence froze the room. Technical explanation, asterisk. Air restart requires precise speed, fuel flow, and ignition timing. One mistake. And it's over. Suspense ending, asterisk. Then. The cockpit went dark. Narration, asterisk. The cockpit lights vanished. One by one. Screens black. Warnings dead. The only sound left was rushing wind across the fuselage. Emily's breathing grew louder inside her helmet. At 22,000 feet, in a powerless jet, she was now flying on emergency battery. No radar. No navigation. No comfort. Only instinct. Below her, enemy waters. Above her, nothing. On the carrier, officers crowded around dead telemetry. They had lost nearly every system link. All they had now was her voice. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Control, I've lost primary displays. Carrier control. Viper 12, confirmed total electrical. Emily. Affirmative, standby instruments only. ATC dialogue, asterisk. Carrier control. Maintain glide, rescue helos en route. Emily. Copy. Technical explanation, asterisk. Modern fighters depend heavily on electrical systems. With generator failure after dual-engine loss, Backup batteries power only essential instruments for a short time. After that, the pilot is nearly blind. Suspense ending, asterisk. And her backup battery was draining faster than expected. Narration, asterisk. Emily lowered the nose. Airspeed climbed. 210 knots. 240. 241. She needed 350 for an emergency windmill restart. But altitude was disappearing. Every knot gained cost her precious sky. Her gloved hand trembled over the ignition switch. This was the moment. The one every pilot trains for, but almost never survives. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Attempting left engine restart. Carrier control. Read checklist. Emily. Fuel on, ignition armed, airspeed building. Technical explanation, asterisk. Windmill restart uses airflow to spin the engine turbine fast enough for ignition. Too slow. No restart. Too fast. Structural overload. It had to be exact. Suspense ending, asterisk. At 350 knots. She hit the switch. Nothing. Narration, asterisk. The engine stayed dead. Emily's heart sank. Altitude, 16,000 feet. She tried again. No ignition. The carrier listened in silence. Then, for the first time, her voice cracked. Not from fear. From understanding. She was running out of time. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Control, no joy on restart. Carrier control. Try cross-bleed. Emily. Negative airflow. Carrier control. Viper, stay with us. That phrase changed everything. Not procedure. Not protocol. Emotion. Raw. Human. Passenger reactions, asterisk. There were no passengers. But on deck, grown men stared at the ocean. Some praying. Some frozen. Suspense ending, asterisk. Then she saw something impossible. Narration, asterisk. Far below, a shape moved across the water. A ship. Unknown. No friendly vessel scheduled in the sector. Emily zoomed in with standby optics. Gray hull. No markings. Military. Foreign. And directly below her projected descent path. If she ejected now, she would drift straight into their hands. The room aboard the carrier turned cold. This was no longer just a crash. This was a capture risk. ATC dialogue, asterisk. Carrier intel. Viper 12, unidentified vessel beneath you. Avoid ejection over current vector. Emily. Understood. Technical explanation, asterisk. Ocean ejections are dangerous enough. Enemy interception turns survival into a tactical crisis. Suspense ending, asterisk. She had one final restart left. Narration, asterisk. Emily touched the small metal wings inside her suit. Her father's. The same wings recovered from his crash site 15 years earlier. Her breathing slowed. Her mind cleared. Training returned. Not panic. Precision. She recalculated. A narrower glide angle. One last chance. Higher RPM. Hotter ignition. Riskier. But possible. The carrier listened. No one spoke. Not even the captain. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Attempting final restart. Carrier control. Copy Viper. Her voice was calm now. Too calm. The kind of calm before history changes. Suspense ending, asterisk. Then, the turbine moved. Narration, asterisk. One spin. 2. 3. Then, boom, the left engine ignited. A violent kick slammed her back. The jet shook hard. Flames burst behind the exhaust. RPM climbing. Hydraulics returning. Power alive. The entire carrier deck erupted. Shouts. Relief. Disbelief. But Emily wasn't safe. Not yet. The engine temperature was rising too fast. Something inside was damaged. And she had only one engine. One chance to land. One mistake. And the ocean would still take her. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Control, I've got one engine. Carrier control. Bring her home, Viper. Technical explanation, asterisk. Single engine recovery on a carrier is one of the hardest landings in aviation. At night. Almost impossible. And sunset was coming fast. Suspense ending, asterisk. Then weather rolled in. Asterisk asterisk narration. The horizon darkened. Vast. A wall of storm clouds moved across the sea like black steel. Minutes ago, the sky had been clear. Now, rain. Wind. Lightning. Emily stared at the weather radar. Half the display was dead. The storm sat directly between her and the carrier. And her damaged engine was overheating. She could fly around it. But not with the fuel she had left. She had no choice. She had to fly through. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Control, whether ahead looks severe. Carrier control. Affirmative, recommend vector 214. Emily. Negative, fuel critical. Carrier control. Understood. Technical explanation, asterisk. Storm penetration in a damaged fighter risks compressor stalls, flameouts, and structural stress. On one engine. It can be fatal. Suspense ending, asterisk. Then lightning struck the ocean ahead. Narration, asterisk. Rain slammed the canopy. Visibility collapsed. The world disappeared. Only instruments remained. And some of them were lying. Her airspeed flickered. Altitude jumped. The damaged electrical bus was corrupting data. Emily gripped the stick tighter. Trust your training. Trust the jet. But the jet was broken. The storm threw her sideways. Warning tones screamed. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Taking heavy turbulence. Carrier control. Keep wings level. Emily. I can't see anything. ATC dialogue, asterisk. Carrier approach. Viper 12, you are drifting off vector. Emily. Correcting. Technical explanation, asterisk. Pitot static interference in storms can create false speed readings. Pilots must cross-check multiple sources to avoid fatal misjudgment. Suspense ending, asterisk. Then the engine flamed again. Narration, asterisk. The engine sputtered. Temperature spiked. RPM dropped. Then, silence. Again. A second total flameout. This time at 9,000 feet. Much lower. Much worse. Emily's body froze. Not from fear. From disbelief. She had already beaten death once. And now it was back. Closer. Hungrier. Carrier operations stopped. No one spoke. Not one sound on deck. Only static. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Mayday, lost the last engine. Carrier control. Altitude. Emily. 9,000, descending. Technical explanation, asterisk. Repeated flameouts after damage often indicate internal compressor or fuel system failure. Restart becomes less likely each time. Suspense ending, asterisk. And now she was inside enemy radar range. Narration asterisk. 2 options. Eject or glide. Eject meant survival. But capture. Glide meant death. Unless she could reach friendly water. She checked distance. 21 miles. Too far. Then she saw it. A tiny emergency runway. An abandoned island strip. Not on active maps. Built decades ago. Forgotten. Maybe usable. Maybe not. But it was real. And it was closer. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Control, I have a possible strip. Carrier control. Say again. Emily. Island runway, bearing 187. Carrier control. No record of any operational strip. Emily. I'm going. Technical explanation, asterisk. Emergency diversions to unknown runways are among the highest risk maneuvers in military aviation. Unknown length. Unknown condition. Unknown obstacles. Suspense ending, asterisk. And she had no engine to reach it. Narration asterisk. The Hornet glided in complete silence. No thrust. Only gravity. Emily adjusted pitch by inches. Too high. She'd overshoot. Too low. She'd hit the ocean. The strip came into view. Short. Cracked. Covered in debris. Barely visible in rain. It wasn't a runway. It was a gamble. On the carrier, radar tracked her like a heartbeat. Every second felt like a year. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Lining up. Carrier control. Viper, you're low. Emily. I know. Technical explanation, asterisk. Dead stick landings require perfect energy management. Without thrust, every mistake is permanent. Suspense ending, asterisk. Then she saw wreckage on the runway. Narration asterisk. A rusted truck. Abandoned. Halfway down the strip. Blocking her landing path. Too late to turn. Too low to climb. Emily made the fastest decision of her life. Land short. Hard. Very hard. The jet slammed down. Landing gear exploded. Metal screamed. The aircraft skidded sideways. Sparks lit the rain. She missed the truck by feet. The Hornet spun. Then stopped. Silence. Smoke. Fire. And Emily wasn't moving. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Carrier control. Viper 12 respond. No answer. Again. Viper 12 respond. Still nothing. Suspense ending, asterisk. Then her mic clicked. Narration asterisk. For 3 long seconds. Nothing. Rain hammered the broken canopy. Fuel burned along the shattered wing. Smoke filled the cockpit. Back on the carrier. Every eye locked onto the radio. Then, a click. A breath. And one word. Barely audible. But enough. She was alive. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. I'm here. Carrier control. Viper 12, status. Emily coughed. Emily. Aircraft down, alive. The room exploded. Relief. Shock. Disbelief. But celebration died fast. Because she wasn't safe. Not yet. The unknown vessel below had changed course. Heading toward the island. Vast. Technical explanation, asterisk. Crash survival depends on cockpit integrity and harness restraint. Her violent short landing had crushed the landing gear, but preserved the cockpit shell. Suspense ending, asterisk. And now rescue had become a race. Narration asterisk. Emily forced herself out of the cockpit. Her left arm burned, possibly fractured. Rain mixed with fuel on the ground. She looked at the ocean. Lights. The ship was closer now. Too close. Carrier Command launched 2 rescue helicopters and an escort fighter. But they were still 18 minutes away. Emily had maybe 10. She grabbed her sidearm and disappeared into the jungle beside the runway. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily. Control, vessel approaching. Carrier control. Hold position. Emily. Negative, I'm moving. ATC dialogue, asterisk. Rescue Hawk. Viper, keep beacon active. Emily. Only if they get close. Technical explanation, asterisk. Combat rescue relies on locator beacons, but active signals can expose the survivor to enemy forces. Sometimes hiding is safer. Suspense ending, asterisk. Then she heard voices. Narration, asterisk. Footsteps. Not American. Not friendly. Emily crouched in the mud, bleeding, shaking. Her breathing controlled. Her pistol ready. Flashlights moved through the trees. Searching. Closer. Closer. One wrong sound. And it was over. Back on the carrier, rescue pilots pushed beyond safe speed. Fuel limits ignored. Protocol abandoned. This wasn't just a pilot now. This was one of their own. And nobody was leaving her behind. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Emily, whisper. They're here. Rescue Hawk. Hold on, Viper, 6 minutes. Suspense ending, asterisk. Then a flashlight stopped directly on her boots. Narration, asterisk. Gunfire erupted. The jungle exploded with noise. Emily fired twice and ran. Above her, rotor blades. The rescue helicopter arrived low and fast. Too fast. Machine guns opened from the shoreline. Tracer rounds ripped through the rain. The rescue crew dropped a cable. Emily jumped. Missed. Fell. Got up. Ran again. Second pass. This time, she grabbed it. They pulled her up as bullets tore through the trees. Seconds later, they were gone. Alive. Barely. Pilot dialogue, asterisk. Rescue crew. We got her. Emily. Go, go. Technical explanation, asterisk. Combat extractions under hostile fire are among the most dangerous military operations. Timing is everything. Seconds decide life. Suspense ending, asterisk. But the mystery of the jet was just beginning. Narration, asterisk. 3 weeks later, investigators recovered the flight recorder. What they found shocked everyone. The right engine hadn't failed from random damage. It failed because of a maintenance error. A microscopic crack. Missed during inspection. Undercarrier launch stress. It shattered. Fragments ripped into fuel lines. The fire spread. The left engine absorbed debris during shutdown. That's why it failed too. Not bad luck. Human error. And Emily had survived a chain reaction no pilot should ever face. Technical explanation, asterisk. Compressor blade fractures can cascade into catastrophic engine failure. Even tiny overlooked defects can destroy entire systems. Suspense ending, asterisk. But there was one final discovery. Emily Carter recovered after 6 months. Her arm healed. Her burns faded. But the memory never left. The maintenance crew responsible faced court inquiry. New inspection protocols were introduced across the fleet. The abandoned runway was later mapped and marked as an emergency site. And Emily, she flew again. 1 year later. Same ocean. Same sky. Same call sign. Viper 12. Because aviation teaches one brutal truth. Machines fail. Systems break. The sky shows no mercy. But courage can bring you home. And somewhere, in that endless ocean wind, her father's wings flew with her. Fade to black,